watch me touch the sky. Delayed landing before I touched down. I never dropped out. I took a break to study my trials and tribulations. Had to sit down and meditate. Had to finish school and graduate. Took a weight off my
Music etiquette here. Yeah, I know it's been a minute for my 10,000 fans. I'm kidding, my 2 fans. Anyway, I just listened to Shane Eagle's new album called Green, and yeah, this is not going to be the conventional review where I don't know, I have like notes like here that you don't see. But anyway, I got to listen to it. It's an 18-track album. Beautiful artwork. I think it's signed by Nicole. I'm not sure exactly who Nicole is. Probably should have done my due diligence, but it's proper. I mean, he's an international commodity now, so the production has, not saying that the production was never good from Yellow until what, that 27 million track EP mixtape that he put out, and this is just another level up into his craftsmanship, because now again he's a global commodity, and you see that being reflected in his art form. And I mean, he knows some of the dudes go Dreamville. I mean, it's consistent in saying that he wishes or maybe wants J. Cole to sign him someday. That's probably one of his many inspirations. Obviously braggadocious because it's rap, it's a contact sport, you're supposed to, I don't know, flesh your ego or something like that. So overall, I don't know, the reason why my like today's review is not going to be long is because I'm going to be speaking on 2 topics. One being Shane Eagle's Green album, which has 18 tracks, and the other one is Elaine's Shine that dropped today also. So 2 talented artists, 2 different genres, 2 different styles, 2 different creative pathways, whatever you want to call it. So my problem with Shane Eagle is the same problem that I have with other rappers that are mimicking. I'm so critical of South African rappers because I mean, I'm South African, and to an extent you are kind of proud of your nation and you want to see that proudly South African stamp on probably what everyone does. And again, I'm not only speaking about Shane Eagle, but it's a reoccurring theme with like the latest breath of rappers from my generation, because I can only speak about my generation, like I said, and it's really kind of, I don't know, it gets to a point where you're like, okay, what have I not seen yet? Because number one, their production is good, like they're really good at producing, the writing, the delivery, the stingness, like bar for bar, like everything. I mean, he even has Ghost, which is Omari Hardwick doing his poetry. Rolene also did that in 1111, where Omari was doing his interlude where he was. I didn't know he was a poet. All I knew was he's Ghost from Power, and he's another, like a few other dope movies that he acted in, but that was that. But then yeah, he's a dope poet. It's nice to see that. But again, my problem is the heavy American influence. And again, it's not only Shane Eagle. You see it with Elaine too. From the EP elements, I knew nothing about Elaine until she started making a buzz. Started listening to it, and then funny enough, no one told me that she's actually a local chick. And the whole time I was like, who is this American artist that is really good at what she's doing? And again, I have no problem with that, but it kind of throws me off when there's no identity. I mean, the likes of Amapiano and Kwaito have risen so that it can like put that stamp that I was talking on people's music, so that you can tell that, he's still good, but he delivers something different. Okay, humor me. I'll give you an example. I've been listening to Holy 10. Holy 10 is a Zimbabwean rapper. I'm probably speaking about him for like a billionth time. And he also listen to Latino rap, like Latin rap. And it's still that kind of rap, but it has that stamp of identity that, okay, we're kind of drawing inspiration from this, but we are unpackaging that, and then we're rebranding it into what we want to put out into the world. I mean, look at Afro beats. People are still rapping over that. People are still doing R&B over that, but it's packaged differently, and the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear Afrobeat is like, oh, Nigeria or Ghana. I'm not even sure where it originated from, but you already know where it's from. Even if it was from an American artist, it was like, oh, America. Same thing, reggae, Jamaica, or wherever the respective country is from. So the album is good. It's like watching Russell Westbrook play. Well, obviously not now, because like now he's terrible. But it's like watching him play and drop a triple double, and it's like, I know you can do that, but can you win championships? So it was the same thing with this Shane album. I knew it was going to be fire before I even started listening to it, but it was on some I mean, he even addresses what like people are always saying, you're supposed to flow like that, you're supposed to sound like that, and to an extent, I mean, yes, I can separate Shane Eagle from everyone else, but to an extent, it's like, what is your identity though? Like, if I didn't know your voice and I was living at some, I don't know, remote location, would I still tell that, this is a distinctive sound? No, it just falls into the like huge category of rappers that are rapping currently because they're really good at flowing and dropping bars and all those things. But it gets to a point where people want to see more. People like me are probably going to be critical about, okay, what else can you offer? And I'm only directing this at him because I was listening to his album today and he dropped today. Again, I'm not singling him out. He's not the only person that's doing this, but that's just how it is. And the other thing is the wave of Amapiano and what some hip hop artists are doing to categorize, I don't know, to take away from it and then make it their own. And then when you put it onto the world, it's like, oh, I've heard about the sound. This is the new South African sound called Amapiano. I've heard about this. This is Kwaito. I've heard about this. This is Maskandi. I'm giving you examples of how people are appealing, because at the end of the day, people want to tour the world or whatever and give them something unique. But if you're doing what J. Cole has been doing, and again, it's an American thing, so it identifies with them, but like, what identifies with us? Isn't it time that we start exploring different sounds? I mean, Magwa's doing it with Mzonkonko. You know that distinctive sound is from South Africa. And that's just all I'm saying. But when you have time, 18 tracks, it's a long, long time. But it's a really good album. I like the beat selection, his writing. I mean, he was even doing dummy singing. Okay, gimmick singing. Sorry, gimmick singing, where he was just gimmicking like he's been doing for his past what do you call it? And don't get me wrong, Shane Eagle can rap. I mean, there's a reason there's an eagle there, because he flies above a lot of people. And if you have time, listen to it. Even Elaine, like, the new track is dope. Even the track before that, right now, was really cool. But it's American for me. That's the thing. There's so much American influence that it's not even influence anymore. It's just American. So that's my 2 cents for the day. And yeah, go check both of these two incredible artists out. Peace.
Yeah. Hey, step up in the building, I be shining.